I'm Kathryn Cook, Passion Party's Executive Director, and I want to talk to you about follow-up and client care. So here's the thing with our business. We meet all of these people, whether they be people that we meet out at the store and we get to know them and they're interested in hosting a party, but maybe not right now, or the people that we meet at our parties who very much want to host a party with us, but life is super crazy right now, so they want to host a party maybe like this summer. So I want to talk to you about ways in which to stay organized and follow up with those people. So first of all, the most important thing is you have to develop a system. And it needs to be a system that you are comfortable with and that you think that you will use. And your system may be different from somebody else's system, but the most important thing is to have a system that you use consistently. Now, your first option is going to be paper tracking, and of course that's something that's been around for years and years and years, and there's all kinds of different ways to do that, but some ways that you could think of are notebooks. There are consultants who have one notebook for potential hostesses, one notebook for potential consultants, and then maybe a notebook for those who wanted to be on their mailing list, etc. So that is one option. I just developed a simple little spreadsheet on Excel, and I print out blank documents of that when I need more. And basically, it's a tracking sheet that I just take notes on as I've contacted each person. So it doesn't really matter in what format you're keeping that information, but you do want to make sure that there is information that you most certainly are making a note of. First of all, obviously, you want to make sure you have their name and phone number, and you might even notate whether that's a home or a cell phone number and if they text or not. Also, make any distinguishing notes that you remember. For instance, maybe they had beautiful curly red hair. Make a note of that because you'll remember more when you're talking to that person down the line. Also, make any notes of what they said about when they wanted to start their business or when they were interested in hosting a party. If they want to host a party for the holidays, make a note of that so you know when to follow up with them. And of course, also you want to make some kind of system for knowing when you have followed up with that person and what the outcome of that contact was. So me, for instance, if I've called somebody and I didn't get them, I'll just make a little note like LM, I left a message, and then the date that I did that. Or if I texted them, I'll write text and then the date that I did that. So again, that way I'm not repeatedly contacting the same people over and over. I know who I've contacted, what the outcome was of that, whether they told me to call back in 3 months, etc. So just make sure that you have something that's simple to follow. And of course, the great thing about paper is that it's portable. Now, another option for you in this day and age, of course, would be electronic record keeping. I do have my paper system that I've used for years, and I do still take that with me when I go on trips and that kind of thing. But I'm on the go so much, probably like many of you, that I actually adopted starting to utilize my cell phone calendar system. I actually linked up with a Google Calendar. It syncs right to my phone, but I have reminders set up as calendar alerts that tell me I need to call Amber Doe at this time on this day and why I'm calling her. And basically, once I've made that contact, I then just move her appointment or her calendar reminder to the next time I plan to contact her. So that's a super simple way to do that. But of course, if you're using any type of electronic tracking, you do want to make sure that you are backing it up regularly, especially if you don't have a paper backup system. Because if something happens and your computer crashes or your phone gets stolen, you don't want to lose all of that customer follow-up information. So electronic tracking can also be super easy, but just remember, back up.